Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we got our Virus Metal Greymon mat and our Machinedramon or Mugendramon, depending on which one you like. And that is because today we are going to be looking at the black deck I built. This is different than the Gigadromon deck that I had put together. This I actually built before that one, because I wanted to see what I could come up with. Because as I've told you, I have bought a lot of the boxes, so I have enough of those cards to cobble together some working level of deck. And this is before Gigadromon really had all those reprints of, well, not reprints, but extra Gigadromons, extra Caramons. So I wasn't able to build just a dedicated deck yet. So starting off, we've got the same memories that we used for the green. And that was because this one, it's kind of a darker one. That's got a lot of black on the border. So I felt like that one fit. Next up, we've got the Digi-Eggs. Starting with 4 copies of Haguroman. And your turn, while this Digimon has reboot, it gets plus 1000 DP. Pretty straightforward. Pretty good. And then we got 1 copy of Haguroman, which is on deletion, reveal the top card of your deck, add it to your hand if it's a black Digimon card, otherwise place it at the bottom of your deck. There's a good chance it's going to be a black Digimon, being in a black deck. The only things that would stop it would be if it is one of the Tamers or one of the option cards, or a Digimon whose color is other than black. Spoiler alert, one does exist in this deck. So starting off, we have got 3 copies of this rookie Haguroman. He's a 2 play cost, a 0 digivolution cost, 3000 DP, straight up vanilla. And I've always loved the look of this guy. I'm not sure what it is, but I really just enjoyed him a lot. In fact, when Digimon Cyber Sleuth came out, he was the rookie I chose, because he was my favorite out of the 3 they had there. Next up, a familiar face from our Gigadromon deck is 2 copies of this Caramon. And he's a 3 play cost, a 0 digivolution cost, 2000 DP. And he's got no active effect, but the inherited effect of when you play another Digimon with the same name as this Digimon, trigger, draw 1 from your deck. It could happen at some points in the deck. I really put him more in as a little bit of filler. But he's still a good card. And then we've got what we saw again in the Gigadromon deck. 4 copies of this toy Agumon, who's a 3 play cost, a 0 digivolution cost, 1000 DP, no active effect, but the inherited effect of reboot. So that's going to start proccing off with Haguroman. So that'll give them an extra 1000. So that's already starting some good stuff. Next up, we got 2 copies of Chumon, which I was talking about Terriermon in the green deck, and yeah, it is Chumon that gives the same ability. This is a 3 play cost, a 0 digivolution cost, 1000 DP. All turns, your opponent can't gain memory except by Tamer effects, and no inherited effects. So this is another one where you kind of play it on the field, and it kind of makes him a target. Could he be easy to take out? Yes, especially with remove Digimon of 4000 DP or less. But if they don't have one of those, they're going to have to try and figure out a way around it. Next up, I loved the boy so much I had to put him in again. We got 4 copies of this Haguroman. And he's a 3 play cost, a 0 digivolution cost, 2000 DP. Active effect, on play, you may trash 1 card with Machine or Cyborg in its trace in your hand to draw 2 cards from your deck. And no inherited effect. So normally I don't like trashing cards from my hand because I could use them as playmakers, but if I had a way to get them back from the graveyard, I'd be fine with it. Hint, hint. Next up, we're into the champions. And we've got 4 copies of this Greymon, who is a 4 play cost, a 2 digivolution cost, 4000 DP, no active effect, but the inherited effect of while this Digimon has reboot, it gains jamming. This Digimon can't be deleted against security Digimon. I have said how much I love jamming, so I really love this one. Next up, we got 2 copies of this basic Clockmon, who's a 5 play cost, a 2 digivolution cost, 5000 DP, has no active effect, but has the inherited effect of opponent's turn, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. So kind of a flip the script, because normally it's like, your turn. Like Kapurimon says, your turn, this Pokemon, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP if it has reboot, I think it is. Whereas this one is just like, well, during your opponent's turn, it gets plus 1000 DP. And that could be the difference, especially if they're not paying attention to that and they don't read over your entire stack. They might miss that, in which case you might just trade out Digimon, which is much better than them just running you over. So that could be very useful. Otherwise, this is, again, another 2 Digivolution cost. And so if you're, again, at that 1 memory, just bumping them to 1 memory and ending your turn could be very great. Then, as our next champion, we got 2 copies of Shademon, who is a 6 play cost, a 2 Digivolution cost, 5000 DP. This security at the end of battle, play this card without paying its memory cost. And then it's got the blocker ability, and your turn, this Digimon can't attack. So this is one of the newer blockers that I was talking about. It also doesn't have an inheritable ability. So I like this one because, like, hypothetically, let's say War Greymon attacks your security stack, and this guy comes up, and then he goes into the fields. He could then block, and I think stop the rest of the attacks. I'm not entirely certain about that, but that's how I would do it, because he can attack 5 securities. But if he attacks into a Digimon, it kind of just fizzles out. It's just security. So this could help versus that. Also, just the way that it is a blocker, I do like blockers again. And it's that 2 play cost, which I do like. Or the 2 Digivolution cost. Next, the last of our champions is this other Gigadromon, who is a 5 play cost, a 2 Digivolution cost, 6000 DP. It's got a blocker, and it also can't attack. And it has the inherited effect of when attacking, you may trash 1 Digimon card with Machine or Cyborg in its traits from your hand to draw 2 cards. So again, giving you more draw power, which is always good. And it's with Machine or Cyborg, just like the Haguroman, which could be useful in some way. Now we're on to the Ultimates. And starting off, we've got 3 copies of this Metal Greymon. He has Reboot. He's got an 8 play cost, a 3 Digivolution cost, 7000 DP, the active effect of Reboot, and the inherited effect of your turn. While this Digimon has Reboot, it gains security attack +1. So being able to check that extra security, really nice. And he has Reboot just right away. So, like, you don't have to worry about him being deleted on your opponent's turn from a straight-up attack, because you could just attack with him, then at the beginning of your opponent's turn, he unsuspends. Also, I've talked about this before, but that arm is clearly Machinedramon's arm, which I really do enjoy. I like that kind of just attention to detail. I'd never noticed it when I was younger. And speaking about bits from Machinedramon, we've got Metal Mamamon with his arm cannon. And he's an 8 play cost, a 3 Digivolution cost, 7000 DP. He also has Reboot. And when digivolving, return 1 level 7 Digimon card with Virus in its attributes from your trash to your hand. So allowing you to get a level 7 from your deck, which should give you some hint as where this might be going. Then we got 2 copies of Black Mach Galgomon. He is an 8 play cost, a 3 Digivolution cost, 7,000 DP. He also has Reboot, and your turn, while this Digimon has Reboot, it gets plus 2,000 DP. So again, giving that Reboot, and then it gives a bonus down there. Super good. I definitely enjoy that. Now, as I said earlier, there is one red card in this deck, and that is Megadramon. He's a 6 play cost. He can Digivolve from red or black. We don't have any red, so we're not worried about that, but he's going to Digivolve from the black. He's a 7,000 DP. He has the active effect of your turn. This Digimon is also treated as black. And then he's got the inherited effect of your turn. This Digimon gets plus 2,000 DP. So this card is meh, maybe, you might think. Because it's really kind of a vanilla black as far as this goes. And then it gives a Digimon plus 2,000, which is alright. But there is a reason why I put him in the deck. And we'll get to that as we continue dissecting the deck. And his counterpart is Gigadromon, who's a 6 play cost, a 3 Digivolution cost from black or red. We have no red. 7,000 DP. Active effect, your turn. This Digimon is also treated as red. And then the inherited ability of this opponent's turn, this Digimon gets plus 2,000 DP, which is kind of a neat thing, because this one is opponent's turn, and this one is your turn. So they're, again, kind of opposites in that sense. And they both have kind of Machinedramon hands going on there, which is neat. I like that. It's a nice, again, point of detail that is very neat to look over. Next up, we're going to kind of go out of order on these because I feel like we should. We've got 2 copies of Machinedramon from the EX. And he is the secret rare from that set. And he is a 12 play cost, can Digivolve from black or red. And we have those both, so this time it makes sense. He's got 11,000 DP. He's got a lot of effects. On play, you may place up to 5 red and or black cards with Cyborg in their traits in different card numbers from your hand and or trash in this Digimon's Digivolution cards to gain 1 memory for each. All turns, this Digimon's DP can't be reduced. All turns, when this Digimon would be deleted, you may trash 2 level 5 Digimon cards in this Digimon's Digivolution cards to prevent this Digimon from being deleted. So that's why we've got that range of level 5s that are just all different ones. It's because he can pull them all out from the trash. That's also why we have the Gigadromon and Haguroman in the deck, because they can throw stuff in the trash and then he can retrieve them. So I'm not too worried about getting big playmakers to allow me to draw more cards and keep this engine going. And then the reason why we went out of order, because normally I put EXs at the end, is because we've got 2 copies of Chaosdramon. And he's got a 12 play cost, he's a 4 Digivolution cost from red or black. We don't have any reds, so we'll be looking at the black. He's got 12,000 DP. And your Machinedramon can Digivolve into this card from your hand for a memory cost of 1, ignoring this Digimon's Digivolution requirements. When Digivolving, you may place 1 red or black level 5 card with Cyborg in its traits from your hand or trash on the top of this Digimon's Digivolution cards to delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less for each level 5 card with Cyborg in its traits in this Digimon's Digivolution cards. So yeah, that's an amazing kind of thing to do, and we'll go into it in a bit. But yeah, that's why we went out of order, because Machinedramon can go into Chaosdramon. Next up, we're looking at Tamers, and I have put 4 copies of Izzy and Joe in here. And that is because they are 4 play costs, and at the start of your turn, if your opponent has 2 or more Digimon in play, gain 2 memory. I can't think of many games where the opponent isn't going to have 2 Digimon. So when you play one, it's going to cost 4. When you play the second one, you're getting this one's kind of ability. That's going to cost 2. Then this one would essentially cost 0, and this one would cost -2 to play. And then from every turn forward, you would get 8 memory for every single one. And that's amazing. The second ability that they have is opponent's turn. When one of your black Digimon is deleted, you may suspend this tamer to draw 1 card from your deck. And then the security effect is play this card without paying its memory cost. So yeah, I don't mind having multiple ones of this in it, because it's not like the if you start with 2 or less memory, set your memory to 3. Because this one is just straight gain, you put 4 of these in your deck, you are going to get 8 memory a turn. And that is an insane amount of memory if you've got all 4 of them out. Like, even having 1, that means like, oh, you start the turn with 2 memory, now you've got 4 memory. This one becomes free. Oh, you started with 2 memory, you're now at 6 memory. You're now at 8 memory. You're now at 10 memory. Whoop. Whooped him on the nose. And now he doesn't want to stand up. Hold on. There you go. Got a little too excited. So next up, we're on to the option cards. Starting with 2 copies of Spiral Sword. It is a 1 play cost. Main, one of your Digimon gets plus 3000 DP for the turn. And security effect, unsuspend one of your Digimon with blocker. So this bottom effect, not great, but we do have some blockers in the deck, so maybe it'll pop off. The plus 3000 could be a difference of deletion or taking out your opponents, and it's only 1 memory, so I'm not too worried about that. Then we got 2 copies of Ultimate Connection. This is a 1 play cost. It has the main effect. You may trash 1 level 5 Digimon card with Cyborg in its traits in your hand to gain 2 memory and draw 1 card from your deck. And security effect, activate this card's main effect. So this is more being able to go through the deck faster and gain more memory. And because we have Machinedramon in the deck and it's able to pull those cyborgs out from the trash, I'm not too worried about getting rid of them. Next up, we got 1 copy of Breath of the Gods. It is a 2 play cost. Main, one of your Digimon gains Reboot. Unsuspend this Digimon during your opponent's unsuspend phase. And this Digimon can't have its DP reduced or be returned to its owner's hand or deck until the end of your opponent's next turn. So this is a good one to keep those big guys on the field, because as we've seen, some cards allow them to go back to the deck from your opponent. So that's great. And then to have it have Reboot, that's a good little extra versatility there. Then we've got 2 copies of Black Memory Boost. It's a 3 play cost. Main, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 black Digimon card among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. Then place this card in your battle area. Main delay. Future turn, you can trash it to gain 2 memory. And security effect, place this card in its owner's battle area. So again, I can't say enough how much I love the trying to control the fields and your deck and the randomness. So I love these. I can't suggest going over 2 because that's just taking too much space in your deck. And then we've got Looking Back on the Good Times. It is a 4 play cost. It is main. Trigger Digivolve 1 on one of your opponent's Digimon. Trash the top card of their one of your opponent's Digimon. If it has no Digivolution cards or becomes a level 3, you can't trash anymore. Then if that Digimon's play cost is 4 or less, delete it. Security effect, activate this, add this card to your hand. So this one's great just because it could make a Mega down to an Ultimate, or hypothetically, if it's a U-Force Gigadromon that digivolved from a Vmon, you could just straight up be like, that's a Vmon again. Also, I like how he's dreaming about being a Haguroman, back when times were simpler. I find that pretty hilarious. It also looks like I can't remember what those ones are, but it looks like the lanky silver ones with the weird arms, the flat arms. I can't remember the name of them. And then the final card in the deck, which kind of had to put in, Infinity Cannon. 6 play cost, main trigger Digivolution 4 on one of your opponent's Digimon. Trash up to 4 cards from the top of your opponent's Digimon. If it has no Digivolution cards or becomes a level 3, you can't trash anymore. Security effect, activate this card's main effect. Paying 6 is a lot, but as we've seen with the Tamers, we could easily get that and still be able to continue plays. Also, trashing 4 cards, that means like a level 7 becomes, what is that? Get rid of 7, get rid of 6, get rid of 5, get rid of 4. It becomes a rookie again. That's a crazy thing to do, to just nope out all that and to trash them so they're in the trash. It would only be better if it went to the bottom of their deck, because there's no way to search those things out. So what is the kind of theme I went here? Well, obviously it's to play Haguroman and Gigadromon to kind of trash a bunch of cyborg cards or machine cards. So these are both machines, so they could trash each other to draw more cards, then trash those cyborg cards to get your stuff going. And then from there, it is digivolving up into Chaosdramon, which would start with the Kapurimon, which, while it has reboot, gets plus 1,000. And then you put Toy Agumon, so it always has reboot when it digivolves. And then go into Greymon, where when it has reboot, it also gains jamming. So now it can reboot and doesn't get deleted by security Digimon. And then we go into Metal Greymon, which, while it has reboot, it gains an extra security attack. And then the tricky part is we go into Machinedramon, and when we do this, we get to search the discard pile. And that is why I put out all those different level 5s that we previous had. So that means that we can put down ones of different names. So like all 4 of these, and then that one, and they all get stacked on top. So now it also gets an extra 2,000 because it has reboot on our turn. And then it gets an extra 2,000 on our turn. And then it gets an extra 2,000 on the opponent's turn. And then it's an 11 with like 14... Like, this is a very big stack. It's got like 15... No, it's got 16 because that's 2,000 plus 2,000 during our turn. So that's 15. Plus another one is 16. So it's got 16,000 DP. And it can't be reduced. And it's got jamming, security attack plus 1. Just a whole range of abilities. And then if we need to, we can go into Chaosmon, which it does lose the Machinedramon's abilities. But then we can place another level 5 red or black cyborg beneath it. And then we can delete one Digimon with 6,000 DP or less for each level 5 cyborg in its traits. So that becomes 1 cyborg, 2 cyborg, 3 cyborg, 4 cyborg, 5 cyborg. And then we got to put one under when he digivolves. So that's 6 cyborgs right there. Getting rid of 6 Digimon of 6,000 or less, which could be some champions, maybe some ultimates. Like just the field wiping presence. And we booped him to his nose again. Whoops. Come on, Machinedramon. We're almost done. Just stand back up, please. Is that... There we go. Okay, he's back. So yeah, there's just a lot going on here. And this one is a lot... It has a more focused kind of goal than the green deck did, as you can clearly tell. Like, I pulled 2 of these, and I was just like, they can go with the 2 secrets that I was bound to get, because there's only 1 secret in that set. So putting them together just made sense. They're meant to work together, so... Yeah. That's kind of what I did. So just putting back this little Haguroman and there. All right. So that's a look at the black non-Caramon Digivolving deck that I built. Let me know if you can remember that lanky-armed cyborg Digimon that was kind of like Gigadromon. I believe he was in... I think Geni jumped in his head back in the original series. Oh, it's been so long. But yeah, let me know if you can remember that, because I would definitely want to know. Before we head out, as I showed last time, we got 3 packs. We now have 2. Let's open one of them now and see if we can get anything crazy. There's the pack. And again, we're not going to pause on anything except the super rares. So we got Gutsumon, Monotamon, Ultra Turbulence, Laurimon, Kumamon, Metal Kabuterimon, Flame Memory Boost, Stefflemon, Agomamon, Pride Memory Boost, Takuya, who is level 3, or is a pay cost of 3. Security, play this card without making its memory cost. Main, once per turn. You may place 5 cards with hybrid in their traits from your trash under this tamer card in any order to digivolve it into Emperor Greymon in your hand for its digivolution cost, as if it was as if this tamer was a level 5 Digimon. Red Digimon. Your turn, this Digimon gets plus 2,000 DP. While this Digimon has 10,000 DP or more, it gains security attack plus 1. And then we got a Cherubimon. Ooh, neat. I do like the evil guys. So this is a 13 play cost, a 4 digivolution cost, 12,000 DP. When digivolving, you may play 1 purple tamer card from your trash without paying its memory cost. Then for each tamer card you have in play, delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. On deletion, for each tamer you have in play, you may play 1 level 3 Digimon card from your trash without paying its memory cost. Okay. So kind of lets you get some rookie rush going. I do like the artwork on it. But yeah, there we go. That is the black deck finish. Like I said, if you can think of that silver-armed, lanky Digimon, please leave it in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We are what I'm going to call pretty close to getting 3-digit subscribers, which would be amazing. Like, I started doing this just to catalog, and then people kind of liked it, so I'm going to continue doing this. So yeah, kind of got off on a rant again. Like, oof, my brain's not doing good right now. So I'm going to end it here. Until then, I will see you next time.